OFPG Voices is brought to you by the following sponsors. Board&Dice. Board&Dice designs and publishes family and strategy board games. Two of their most recent releases, Origins First Builders and Mandala Stones. They recently announced their Ally program, primarily aimed at welcoming and supporting people of color and the LGBTQ+ community in the hobby. Renegade Game Studios, publisher of The Fox in the Forest, Arboretum, and The Search for Planet X. To view their entire catalog, visit renegadegamestudios.com. Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Fan Plays Games. Voices, yeah!
Yes, and welcome back.
Yes, we're here.
Another episode.
We just keep climbing and climbing and climbing.
Yeah.
16
episodes this year
16
so far.
of great voices.
Great voices.
Great voices.
Yes.
Great voices.
And this week is Starla Day.
Here we go.
Week.
Here we go.
We're celebrating. It's a holiday.
Here we go.
It's a holiday.
It's been a week. It's been a week.
So Starla Day is August, I don't even know my own day. August 26th.
Yes. Yes.
And we celebrate the whole week, don't we?
Yeah.
So we're so excited that we have this Voices episode coming out just a couple of days before Starla Day. A Starlamus.
Starla week.
Starlamus.
Starla week. Starla something.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
This week we've got some great voices on the show.
Yes, we do.
And, we're not going to keep talking about my fictitious holiday. But, of course, the birthday's real.
Yeah.
The birthday's real.
You're going to make sure we know that.
The birthday's real.
You're going to make sure we know that. Yeah.
But this week, we've got some great voices coming to you.
Yes, we do.
We're going to kick the show off with Dwayne and Alicia from BlackBoard Gaming.
Yes, talking about kites.
Kites.
Yes. Talking about kites. Yes.
I haven't flown a kite since I was a kid.
I don't know, but this game was hot during Gen Con.
Yeah.
So they're going to talk about kites, and I'm really, looking forward to that. Yeah.
And then next up, we have Daniel Miranda with Tlacuaches En La Mesa.
Yeah.
And he's from Tlacuaches En La Mesa.
Uh-huh.
He's going to talk about Catch the Moon and Rhino Hero.
Yes, and he's celebrating his partner's birthday.
Yes, he is.
And he's kind of putting those in with, the birthday celebration.
Yes.
So somebody else having a birthday.
Yes.
Somebody else having a birthday.
It's a great month for birthdays.
Yeah, yes, it is. It seemed like, but I don't know about Catch the Moon, but I do know about Rhino Hero. Everybody loves, all families, kids love Rhino Hero.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to see what he says about that.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And then after that, we're going to go to Fertessa Allyse in the Designer's Corner.
Yes.
And she's going to talk about playtesting a game.
Yeah.
And she discusses 3 things to consider when playtesting a new game.
That's cool. That's cool.
She helps us understand how games come together.
Yes, definitely.
And last but not least,
here go the fun time.
we're going to be talking games with Maggie, Megan, and Chris from We're Playing Games.
Yeah.
And this week, Megan's celebrating her birthday.
Another birthday. Come on.
Another birthday in this great month of August. And yes, great month. You didn't get the August birthday, so you didn't get the great month. But she's going to talk about the games. They're going to talk about the games she wants to play on her birthday.
I can't wait to see that.
I
cannot wait. Yeah.
So buckle up, everybody. Sit back, get a cup of coffee, and listen to all these great voices.
But before we do that, let's listen to Starla about some good wisdom from her Good Human segment. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. I'm back with another segment of Good Humans. This week, I want to talk about enlightened growth. All humans grow. We start as infants, and over time, we go through phases in life. And during those phases, we experience growth, physically, mentally, and socially. The person you were 10 years ago is not the person you are today. In those 10 years, you've met new people, been new places, seen new things, and learned things about yourself that you didn't know before, and that is growth. As good humans, we should strive for enlightened growth. To be enlightened is to have or show a rational, modern, and well-informed outlook. Enlightened growth that makes you want to be better, do better, have more, give more, and most importantly, know more. Our growth should include knowing what is true and what is not, depending on facts and not speculation or unfounded beliefs. Enlightened growth makes you a better person and makes this hobby a better place for everyone to be. And as we always say here at OFPG Voices, our goal is to make this world a better place, one board gamer at a time.
Hola Tlacuaches, mi nombre es Daniel y bienvenidos a otro video aquí en Tlacuaches en la Mesa. El mes de agosto es un mes muy especial para mí, porque en este mes cumple años mi pareja. Hola mi amor. En esta ocasión vamos a hablar de dos juegos con los que he tenido la oportunidad de jugar con ella y que los dos hemos disfrutado bastante. De este lado tenemos Catch the Moon y de este lado tenemos Rhino Hero Super Battle. Así que ahí les va. Tlacuaches, estaría mintiendo y no sería honesto con ustedes si no admito que a mi pareja y a mí nos encanta ser competitivos. Por eso disfrutamos mucho jugar los juegos que son de destreza. En Catch the Moon, tu objetivo es alcanzar la luna. Todo el juego va a pasar sobre esta base que representa una nube. Todo esto que ves aquí son escaleras, las cuales vas a estar colocando una arriba de la otra para poder alcanzar el objetivo del juego. En tu turno vas a girar este dado. Este dado te va a indicar cuántas escaleras tienes que poner sobre la estructura y el posicionamiento en el que las tienes que poner. Desafortunadamente, quizás haya accidentes. Cuando eso pasa, vas a tener que tomar uno de estos. Estos representan las lágrimas de la luna, que le entristece ver que hayas cometido un error. El juego va a terminar cuando todas las escaleras que te provee el juego se acaban y la persona que tenga menos lágrimas en su posesión es la persona que va a ganar. Y de este lado tenemos a Rhino Hero Super Battle. En Rhino Hero Super Battle vas a construir este enorme y gran rascacielos, con el objetivo de llevar a tu superhéroe y tratar de que llegue hasta la cima. En tu turno vas a seleccionar un piso. Estos pisos van a indicar el tipo de paredes que vas a utilizar para poder construirlo, ya sea paredes chicas, paredes grandes o una combinación de ambas. Tienes que poner mucha atención porque muchos de estos pisos cuentan con monos araña. Aparte de construir el piso, vas a tener que colocar uno de estos. Estos van colgados en el filo del piso que estás construyendo y no puedes tirarlo. Después de que haya pasado todo eso, vas a tirar este dado. Este dado va a indicar el número de pisos que vas a subir o bajar con tu superhéroe. Va a llegar un punto en el juego en el que dos jugadores van a compartir el mismo piso. Cuando esto pase, va a haber una pelea entre ambos. Cada jugador va a tomar uno de estos dados y lo van a girar. El resultado más grande es la persona que va a ganar y la otra para abajo. Todo esto va a estar pasando y los jugadores van a tomar cada uno de sus turnos hasta que se acaben los pisos que se pueden construir o que alguno de los jugadores derribe el rascacielos. A este punto, la persona que haya llegado hasta lo más arriba posible en este gran rascacielos es el jugador que va a ganar en Rhino Hero Super Battle. Tlacuaches, Cuando nosotros jugamos Catch the Moon o Rhino Hero Super Battle, se siente una tensión pesadísima. Ambos juegos comparten este mecanismo de destreza en el que tienes que colocar una cosa sobre otra, sin tirar nada. Cuando nosotros jugamos, mientras una persona está tratando de ser lo más cuidadoso posible, la otra persona está haciendo mil y un cosas para poder distraerte y que así se derribe todo. Por esa razón, disfrutamos mucho jugar estos dos juegos. Tlacuaches, ojalá se den la oportunidad de jugar cualquiera de estos dos juegos. Catch the Moon y Rhino Hero Super Battle son muy sencillos y son bastante fáciles de jugar. Aun cuando ambos juegos puedan jugarse de 2 a 4 personas, yo que he tenido la experiencia de jugar ambos solamente a 2 personas, es bastante divertida. Ambos juegos se adaptan bastante bien con solamente 2 jugadores. Tlacuaches, eso es todo por hoy y nos estamos viendo en el siguiente video aquí en Tlacuaches en la Mesa. Y ya.
Hey everybody, I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
From BlackBoard Gaming. Today we're going to talk about a game that simulates a relaxing summertime activity.
That game is Kites.
Kites is a game designed by Kevin Hamano and published by Floodgate Games.
Let's go to the table for a brief overview of Kites.
In the game of Kites, the players are working together to try to keep all the kites flying in the air, and the kites are represented by these sand timers. At the start of the game, each player is going to be dealt a number of cards, and then on their turn, they're going to play out a kite card and flip over that matching sand timer. And then, let's say this player plays this card, flips over this orange. This player decides to play this one, and that's going to flip over yellow and blue. And so what they're trying to do is to keep these sand timers running by constantly flipping them over. If the sand timers run out, any one of the sand timers run out, then the players lose. But if they're able to get through this deck of cards without letting any of these sand timers run out, then they win the game. And that's pretty much Kites in a nutshell. You know, I don't think I've ever flown a kite before.
No, I remember flying a kite a few times with my brothers when I was a youngster. And the thing I remember about flying a kite is when the wind finally catches it and it's in the air, it's a spectacular sight and it's a thrill.
Well, I bet it would be. And I think that's what I really like about the theme of this game. It's unique. You know?
It is unique. I appreciate the clever way they figured out to simulate keeping the kites in the air.
Yeah, I know. I really did enjoy that, you know, using the sand timers, because it reminded me of spinning plates. You trying to keep all the plates spinning at the same time. So I really like this game.
Honestly, that's an excellent analogy, because trying to keep a bunch of plates spinning can be quite frustrating. And honestly, that is the sense that I get with this game.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, because, I mean, kite flying is supposed to be relaxing.
However, the thing about kite flying that could be stressful
is getting it
up in the air.
And keeping it up.
And keeping it up.
So, yeah, they really got that in this game.
I don't know if they meant to capture that aspect of it, but they did.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you, this is a game that my students would love.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I can see it's cooperative, but they have to beat the clock. Kids love seeing how fast they can do stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, but yeah, this I can see why they would really like this game. It's a quick get it in where you can fit it in.
Yes.
You know.
And the truth of the matter is, once I introduce this game to my kids, I'm going to have to physically take it away from them to get them to move on to the next activity.
Yeah, because I had to do that with some adults because they wanted to play again.
Yes.
So that's how we feel about kites.
We will see you next time.
Hello, my name is Fertessa Allyse, and today I'm talking about playtesting. Playtesting is a crucial part of your game design journey, but it is often a very challenging part, at least for me. Today I wanted to share 3 methods of playtesting that helped me in my first year, and I hope you find it helpful as well. The first method is asking friends and family. This is the easiest way to get your feet wet with getting your game played by somebody other than yourself. It doesn't matter if they play games or not, because this is the point where you're looking to see how somebody interacts with the thing that you've created, and if they interact with it in a way that you expected or didn't. It does have its limits, because if you are playing with somebody who doesn't typically play board games, then their feedback may not necessarily gel with the type of game that you're making. If you're making a party game that's meant for casual play, that's going to be great. You're usually going to get some great feedback off of that. But if you're making a medium weight Euro with somebody who doesn't typically play games, you're going to struggle to get more relevant feedback because they're not your target market. That being said, you can often ask questions beforehand or write down questions beforehand to kind of let them know what you're looking for if they are not your typical target audience. The other thing you want to keep in mind is they're going to be hesitant to hurt your feelings. So writing down these questions is going to be helpful to get past the "it was cool, it was fun," and prevent them from just giving you kind of that superficial feedback. Method number 2, going to your local board game meetup. Board game meetups are great because they're going to give you a good rotation of people who will be entirely new to your game. But the thing about board game meetups, at least in my experience, is that it's more of a long con. It's usually not effective to show up to a board game meetup and that same day expect to get your game played. For me, it was a lot more effective to show up to the meetup multiple times so that I got to know them and they got to know me, and I got to see what type of games they played. Sometimes these meetups will only play published games, and you can still get your prototype played there, but it's more likely to happen when the people know you and maybe like you, and they are familiar with you. It also wouldn't hurt if you offered free pizza or some sort of food compensation, because this isn't something they would typically do. You can go for unwilling playtesters, but if you do, you want to make sure to thank them in some way, and I find that food is often a great way to thank them for their time. There are also meetups where they are happy to playtest games on the first go, but even still, there are other people that come to that group that have probably been waiting to get their game playtested. So I think it's just good etiquette to show up once or twice before just playing other people's games before you bring your game into the mix. The third way, and probably the way that I use the most, is going to board game conventions, going to conventions, geeky conventions. The very first time that I got my game play tested, and it wasn't by friends or family, it was at an anime convention, Anime Week in Atlanta. And I found for a lot of the geeky conventions, whether it was anime or sci-fi, they had some sort of gaming presence or gaming room where you could bring your prototypes and show off your game. And that's where I, first got my playtesting chops. And from there, I met other game designers who introduced me to board game conventions. And I was like, that's great. They're just dedicated to board games. But use what you have. sometimes you might not be lucky enough to have a local board game convention, or maybe it's months before the next board game convention comes around. So look at your local geeky conventions. Again, sci-fi or anime, there should be some overlap in that community for tabletop gaming. If you do go to a convention, be aware of your strengths. Some people are strong enough to, verbally get people to come to their game. They see people at a distance and say, "Oh, hey, looks like you're looking for something to do. Come on, sit down." That's not me. Not me. So my strength is visually getting people's attention. Instead of verbally calling out to them, I will have some other visual representation, like investing in an acrylic stand, just an 8.5 by 11, like $15, and then getting like another 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and print a sign that says, whatever your game's name is. At the time, mine was Book of Villainy. Just stick that right there so it's vertical and people can see it from a distance. And I promise you, people will slow down to look at what your sign says. And as they slow down and come closer, that is your moment to say, "Oh, hey, would you like to know more about my game?" And if they're like, "No, that's cool," you came close enough where it didn't feel like I was like a car salesman trying to grab you. But oftentimes, people will be like, "Yeah, tell me more." Even if it was just to listen to my elevator pitch and not necessarily play the game, that was a win. Other things that I did was I invested in business cards, and not just like regular business cards. I went all out and got holographic business cards or foil business cards. And so people would see the shiny foil and stop and pick it up. And I'm like, "Yeah, take it. It just had my game's name on it, and it was a nice souvenir for people, whether they played the game or not, and they remembered it. Something else that I did was bring a giant bag of candy or bucket of candy. That was not beneath me to bribe people with candy, and they came by and they got the business card and they got the candy, and they're like, "Heck yeah, Book of Villainy, what's this about?" So, use whatever you have at your disposal to get people's attention at your game. And, nothing is out of bounds. Use your imagination, use your strengths. But I hope that these tips help you in your journey, and I look forward to hearing your stories on the YouTube channel. Bye.
It's my birthday.
Happy
birthday! Thanks, guys. I thought for my birthday we could maybe play some of my favorite games.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right, happy birthday to me. Let's go. Someone has died.
Oh.
It's just a game.
This is a great birthday pick because we played it for the first time on your birthday.
We did. This is one of my all-time favorite party games. You're playing as a group of people collected for a will reading. And you're all competing to see who's the most deserving to win all this money at the will reading.
It's a real will they, won't they?
It's a really, really good blend of like a storytelling game with actual game elements and cards and triggering rounds and turns.
Yeah, name other game things. Here we go. It's a nice kind of storytelling, fun, lighthearted game. I mean, it's about death, but it's very funny. Mm-hmm. And you can get all your friends around, even the ones who aren't super confident, because the prompts are so funny and silly. No one can be really better than other people. Mm-hmm. You just got to be willing to kind of be open and have fun.
Yeah. Sometimes you end up a dog when you thought you were a man.
Yeah, you do.
And you got to roll with
That's just birthday curses.
All right, next on my birthday list, an all-time favorite in this house.
Woo!
We got Space.
We describe Space as Catan, but space, but maybe more fun.
I would say cut the maybe, keep the fun.
Oh, yeah.
More fun.
This is a really great tableau builder.
Sure.
But like Catan, you're rolling engine builder. You're rolling dice and you get something on your turn and also everyone else's turn. So everyone's engaged the whole time. There's no downtime. And there's a lot of choices you're constantly making. So you're invested in your ship you've built by the end.
And it's like pretty fast moving. By the end, you're winning and losing based on just a couple points. So just decisions you made kind of early in the game really affect. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
This is also a really great game to play if you have people that don't play games as often, because it's really easy to learn. So this is a palatable choice for the whole party.
A palatable choice indeed.
Put that on the box.
Speaking of this party, there's a newcomer at the party.
Ooh,
New
the
kid on the
ingenue.
block. I want to play Keystone North America for my birthday.
Wow.
Welcome.
This is a great game by our friends at Rose Gauntlet. It's their first fully published game. It's in the sort of lane of Calico, Cascadia, these games that have really, really pretty art, but that are really like thinky, puzzly games. There's just one more thing that's really important, I think, to go over with this game. If you go to page 13, there's my name. I playtested this game.
Wow.
I'm kind of like starstruck.
For
By
yourself?
yourself?
I guess. So what's the word I'm looking for?
Honored?
Proud.
Yeah, both.
Last but not least, since it's my birthday, that means I can make Chris play any game I want to.
Spin the bottle
Again?
So we're gonna play Eldritch Horror.
Eldritch Horror the bottle again.
Eldritch Horror is a really, really great, fun co-op game, except it has so many tiny pieces.
Oh, so many times.
And the monsters that you run, there's like math involved that I don't understand yet. And I just make Chris do it every time we play.
Don't do math on your birthday.
So this is one of my favorite games, and I can finally make Chris bust it out to the table.
Perfect.
You're playing just people trying to go around the world and get rid of Cthulhu monsters.
Yeah, it's a fun, big board, big stories,
Ooh, big fun.
wacky characters.
This is a good, long, sit-down, hunker-down kind of party.
Oh, yeah.
So this is my birthday party, y'all. Are you
Wow.
coming?
I live here.
I will go, yeah.
Great.
That's all I need.
2 RSVPs.
And
That's 2
you
more than last year.
can RSVP at home.
Wow.
By taking the hashtag Megan Birthday Board Game Challenge? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Play these games. Have fun.
And if you play Spin the Bottle, bonus. Automatic retweet from these guys.
All right. So when we're not spinning the bottle, we are.
Spinning.
Games?
Man, all
Check
right.
our link below.
Okay. You know our names.
We're playing games.
That was another great episode.
Another great one. Another great one.
We have such awesome contributors.
Let me tell you something. Family, and I'm gonna tell you too, Starla.
Yes.
Listen to Fertessa.
Yes.
Play test your games.
Yes.
Play test. And please just don't start play testing it when it's in crowdfunding.
Yes. Or
Play
when you
test.
send it to a content creator.
Play test the thing.
And wait for them to give you a response back on some of the things that should have been fixed before you send it to the content creator.
So listen to Fertessa. She's wise. So
Yes, she
come
is.
on now. And then kites.
Yes.
Kites seems cool, but it's them sand timers. I don't know. I don't know
about the sand timers,
I
but
don't
I
know.
love the box art. The kites are beautiful.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
so,
they are.
We may have to give it a try.
I may have to give it a try.
Yeah,
We may have to do that. You know, them sand timers concern me, but it's cool. It's cool. We
Yeah.
can do that. And you know, all these birthdays.
Yes.
Happy birthday to all of y'all, first off, but all these
Because
birthdays.
it's August, and that's a great month.
Yeah.
It's like one of the best months out of the 12.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Yes, we'll go with that. All right. So, Starla, what's coming up? What's going on?
You know what? This month, we have NewCon coming up.
Yes, we do.
On September 23rd to
Yes.
the 25th.
3 days of gaming.
3 days of gaming. It's going to be at the MAC, which is the Mid-America Center in Council Bluffs, Iowa. So it's right across the river from Omaha. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity, come check us out.
Anywhere.
Yeah, come play some games.
Play some games, and we're gonna have a live show. And we're gonna surprise you this year. Yeah, because we did it last year.
Yes, we did a show last
We
year.
did a show last year, but this one we got some good stuff for you. It's gonna surprise
And of course, we're always going to have a games giveaway.
Always.
So
we
come
give
on.
away games, a bunch of games.
We love giving away games.
We love that. We love to give away
You
stuff.
know, because we want games to have a good home.
Yes.
So if you're coming out to a gaming convention or coming to see our live show, we know that you love games and you'll appreciate the games that you win.
We're gonna give away some games now.
Give away games.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Now, Starla, what else going on?
Well, you know, we have our next episode of Voices is coming out on September 7th.
Yeah.
So be sure to check that out. And just want to say thank you again to our contributors and our sponsors.
Yes, great sponsors. We love them, and we definitely love our contributors.
Yes,
They be bringing it every time.
Every time. We
they bring
appreciate
it.
that.
Now, Starla, what about our merch? What's going on here?
Well,
we
this
gotta look
week,
good.
We're wearing our Pride shirts.
Yes.
Beautiful Pride rainbow.
Yes, everybody needs to be at the table, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want some OFPG merch or OFPG Voices merch, check us out on Spring. We got a lot of variety. Check it out. We'd love for you to support the channel.
Yes. Now, Starla, you know, we're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, and we are almost there, family. Almost. Thank you for that. But we still try to get to 20,000. So to bring in more family, more RPG family, where can they find us?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games and OFPG Voices,
that's right.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on YouTube.
Right here. Now, family, thank you so much for showing up, checking us out. We love hearing from you, the comments, the questions. We're going to talk right back to you. But there's one thing, and family, one thing we always want you to know. We love you.
Bye now. Everybody.